Obviously, we didn't do what we needed to do coming in here, and it wasn't for lack of effort. We didn't make enough plays, didn't do enough job getting them ready, and so you hung around, and then we turned the ball over late, and you do that, you'll lose, and so this one stings, but we got to get back and find a way, and we got to get back in the win column, but not the result we expected.
The conditions, the one fumble and the interception, what are you all hoping, how did you assess those and try to hope the defense can bail you out there?
Yeah, I mean, we did. We put them in the turnover, and sudden change. They did bail us out. We held them to 3, made some plays, and then came back out. I mean, the helmet, from what it looked like my perspective, with Bijan getting out there, the ball popped out. And trying to play the win, obviously, a conservative approach didn't play out for us, And so then we took the drive after we made it 7-6, had the long drive down there, and then we had the interception.
Do you feel like you were too conservative today?
Certainly that's a fair. I mean, when you only score 7 points, trying to play the wind and a lot going on down there, the wind, the rain, the ball had been on the ground twice. Some issues we were, trying to negate in the protection. So that's certainly a fair criticism.
In terms of critical, you've talked about critical errors all season. Defense, it seems like this has been a common theme in losses.
But it's on all of us, Mike. Whether it's, you blame me, you blame the turnovers. As a team, we've got to make those plays, and we didn't do that, and that's the momentum shift right there. And you're in scoring position at worst. You're hoping to get a field goal, changes what you've got to defend. The dynamic's completely different, but that's not what happened.
When you talked to Desmond about that interception, what did he see? What was he trying to do there?
He's trying to make a play, and obviously, it'd be the first to tell you I wish you could have it back, but it's not what happened.
Do you have to change your message to the team at this point, considering where you are right now?
Well, the message is obviously different every week, Josh, but when you're coming off 2 close losses like that and in the division, it certainly changed things in 8 days, but we still got 3 more, and we got to find a way. There's a lot going on. We did it to ourselves. We got to get back in there, and we got to find a way to beat Indy.
In terms of improvement this year, do you feel like this team has improved from where you guys were in Indy, even at the beginning of the season?
Well, obviously, Mike, still got some football to play. Certainly in a lot of areas you feel like you do, but that's where we're at right now. Coming off those 2 losses, doesn't feel that way in terms of in the short term. We've had opportunities, and there's been a lot of improvement in other areas, but when you're coming off 2 losses, it's hard to say feel good about anything.
The injuries along both lines, how do you, kind of square that with, you got 3 of 5 backups on the offensive side, both your tackles missing on the defensive side. How do you square, this loss with not having all your people up front?
Yeah, that's, part of it was the weather, part of it was the personnel, and we were trying to negate some of the stuff, so it wasn't really traditional. A lot of the passing downs, and so that's where, trying to play the weather, the wind, all the different scenarios, and then obviously it didn't work out for us. But that was a lot of things trying to protect, to make sure that Brown and Burns didn't wreck the game. But like I said, you turn the ball over twice, don't get any takeaways, and among other things, we got to score more than 7.
I know, you said it's a collaborative approach before, but you have to consider maybe making changes again in the last 3 games.
We've done a lot of different things, Mike, and it's a team effort. We've had games where Dave's punching into the quarterback, and had games where I have. So I just there's nothing we do that we don't collaborate with. It's not anybody going rogue and getting rid of the plan. And but ultimately, no matter what's called on special teams, defense, offense, that's on me as the head coach.
Do you know why maybe the consistency hasn't been there really at all? It seems like every time you guys have made some, it looks like you've made some
Sure.
progress, then it seems like there's steps back again.
Well, I mean, every scenario is different. I mean, you look at the last 2 weeks. Last week was a completely different story than this week. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what we're trying to eliminate, and we've been trying all season. I mean, the thing that's hurt us the most clearly is the turnovers. That's just not going to change in the NFL. The turnover margins, and been a lot of things you can pick apart, but certainly that's the one that's hurt us.
Given Desmond's issues with turnovers this season, did you have any kind of hesitation or consternation about putting the ball in his hands there at the end when he's trying to score?
Well, I mean, no, I understand and respect the question. I mean, you're trying to just get outside the pocket. We've been so run heavy, and you're trying to call a movement keeper and thinking, hey, worst case, we'd take off. And and obviously there's a lot of things you're going to second guess yourself with, and that's not a shot at him, because it's on all of us, and it certainly starts with me. But in theory, we were not trying to drop back there, and that wasn't what we were trying to accomplish.
Do you feel like you've seen enough improvement from, I know maybe it's supposed to be a question after a loss, but do you feel like you've seen enough improvement from Ritter over, this would be now really a full season's worth?
Mike, it's a lot of things, man. You're coming off that loss. Obviously, we didn't end the way you want. We weren't as productive as we wanted. There's been some good moments, but obviously we're not satisfied, or certainly not happy with what's going on the last 2 games. Still got life, and we gotta find a way to fix some of these issues, because we got Indy coming in next week, and a lot of crazy things can still happen. But this is one. These last 2 do sting. I mean, we've had our opportunities, regardless of the score. You still have leads in both. Didn't get it done, though.
You have 3 games left, but I'm curious, on what basis do you believe you're the right coach for this team?
Well, I think in any job you take, you got to have a lot of self-belief. I mean, this is the cycle of it. There's consequences when you lose, so these are natural questions, right? It's NFL 101. Our job's to win games. There's a lot of things that every situation is different. There's a lot of things we've dealt with early on, but ultimately, your job is to win games and get into the playoffs. So we'll still have an opportunity. It'll look like a long shot, but each one of these years has been different. We've got 3 different teams, a lot of different, movement at some critical spots. But at the end of the day, your job is to win. But we've made a lot of good. But I've got a ton of self-belief, and nobody should take a job they don't have belief in themselves. I can promise you that.
Have you been told anything about the future?
I mean, we don't know how to, like a State of the Union. We every day you go in there, try to do the best you can at your job, and then that's all we work on. It's improving, trying to win games.
Your plan when you went back to Des, the quarterback, a few weeks ago, was to let him go the rest of the year. Is that still the plan?
Yeah, that's been the plan, but there's a lot of things that nothing's ever set in stone, Josh. I mean, you got to evaluate and adapt. It's just like the questions you're asking about personnel, what you got to do. We got to find a way. I mean, we need to win.
Do you feel like you have a quarterback on the roster right now that you can be consistent?
We've had some good moments. I mean, like I said, we'll get back and evaluate everything. We'll make sure we have the right plan and make the right decision for the best of the team. What's the best interest of this team to win a game? We need to get back in the win column.